The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Yeah, welcome to the Ablesys webinar. Ron here, and I'll be glad to help and answer any questions that you have. We'll take a look at the charts. The signals have just been absolutely fantastic for this month of November. The E-mini signals for a serious, disciplined, able trend trader who just trades the normal 6.5 hours during the stock market. U.S. session is up well over 1,000 points for the month. The able trend indicator. Now, not everybody's going to get everything perfect and be in front of it all day every day. But if you caught half of that or 3/4 of that, I mean that's extremely impressive. I don't know what more anybody could realistically want. That's just something that we're very proud of. Just an amazing month, and we'll start again fresh tomorrow. Being the 1st of December. So been a great year, and it's just a question of doing what the software says. That's the hard part because we're all affected by emotions. But for a serious trader who's real serious about it and wants to be consistent in the long run, Able Trend is got it. I mean, it really has it going on for consistent for 20 years. I mean, that's just crazy. But you have to just do what it says. And, not everybody's cut out to be an intraday trader. And that's okay. That's why the software works just as well for the long term, which is what I do mostly, because this way you don't have to be in front of the computer all day. You can trade, I like ETFs, and you can trade stocks long term, ETFs, whatever you like. You can do day trading long term. You could do futures, Forex, stocks. Able Trend signals doesn't care what you want to do. It works exactly the same for all markets and all time frames. So it just depends on whatever you like. That's what's most important, whatever you like. So let's jump in and take a look at the signals here. We always combine multiple time frames, which is why it paints the charts paint such a nice, clear picture of exactly what's going on behind the scenes. And that's so important because it gives you the exact support and resistance points. And that's what these dots and arrows are. The dots are the daily support points. This is an Apple daily, weekly chart. The dots are your daily support, the blue dots. The red dots means you're in a downtrend is resistance. So the blue dots means uptrend. As you can see here, it means stay in the trade. You're safe. Notice it comes down to the blue dot, stops, bounces off, and it goes up. Does it again here, stops, bounces off, and goes up. Same thing again here 2 days ago. And we put those dots or that wall of support 4 days before that happened. Able Trend told everyone, boy, you just can't get any better information than that. I mean, how accurate is that? 4 days before it happens, it's telling us what's going to happen. This is your weekly support. Notice the prices go right down to the arrow and stop 5 weeks in a row. Well, five times, 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 5 times. That's just insanely accurate. I don't know what anybody else could ask for. And we put we started that row of support 6 weeks before that even happened. Well, if you just follow the chart, do what it says, the chart paints a nice clear picture of what's going on. You and we have to do it. That's sometimes the hard part for some people. That's the only people that have a little trouble with it. The signals work great. That's not an issue. Sometimes it's the user, like you or I, whereby you have to do what it says. Not what you feel like, not what the indicators, not what the news says. Got to do what the software says, because the algorithms are doing all these calculations. We have multiple time frames combined into one chart. There isn't a human brain on earth that could even come close to comparing to doing what it's doing. So just do what it says. I mean, it's working 20 years. It's not going to stop working today or this week or this month because you or I are using it. Just have to do what it says. And again, that's the hard part for some people. They just can't. And that's okay. Trading is not for everybody. But that's the reason 85% of all traders around the world are losers. You say, wow, that's a terrible percentage. It sure is. I tell it like it is. Because they trade on their emotion. They trade on free indicators, like stochastics and moving average. They're free for a reason. They have no value. Like most things that are free, they don't have a lot of value. So, you just got to do what it says. And that's the hard part. But if you do, man, you're sitting on some serious money. I mean, look at the Apple signal. I mean, the Apple here. Apple went down like $5 the other day, $6 in one day. Oh no, I better get out. Good bad day on Friday when the market was way down. If you got able to trade and go, oh no, I'm staying in it. In fact, I'm going to buy more when it hits the dot. I mean, on the long-term charts, buy more when the prices come down and hit support. I mean, because those are great places where the prices kind of a springboard, bounce off and then go up, like there, like there, like there. All these places, especially on a blue bar, that's an even lower risk place to get in, and that's what we call a sweet spot. When the price pulls back down to the blue dot, the next blue bar is a sweet spot. I mean, this trade here 2 weeks ago, especially for an option trader, you buy a call at 150 and you're at 166, you just made yourself quite a few thousand in 2 weeks. It's a lot of money on these charts. Just do what it says. And they're real simple to interpret. You just have to have 2 time frames agree on the daily weeklies, on the longer term charts. On the intraday, we use 3 time frames because there's such quick, jagged movement, choppy, up and down all day long. So we use 3 time frames. It's even lower risk, because you've got to be in and out very quickly. We like the E-mini NASDAQ. That's our favorite E-mini market. That's why I show that every Tuesday and Thursday. No cheating. This way I show the same one every week. People can't say, oh, well, in this other webinar or this other place, well, they just show the best ones. Well, yeah, they're trying to fool people. They're always going to show you, the perfect chart. I mean, let me see a losing day. Well, let's be fair about it. There's certainly plenty of those. And I can guarantee you they're going to be losing trades and losing day with Abletrend also. That's a guaranteed fact. I mean, for sure. So that's why I show the same chart every Tuesday and Thursday for 15 years. I do 100 of these webinars strictly just to be helpful to everyone so that, users or anybody who doesn't have it can see what it looks like. And you compare, and if you're on a 30-day trial, I'll gladly do a 15-minute one-on-one real-time live trading session with you because I just want to make sure you get your money's worth out of it and know the right way to use it. The sooner you do it, the better because you only get one trial, so you get 30 days. If you want to do that, the first couple of days you get it. And I'll be glad to do that for anybody who's on a trial. I'll show you more in 15 minutes that you can do on your own in 30 days. So obviously I can show you some little extra pointers that I feel are very helpful and lower risk. So good stuff. This perfect time of the year to try it too. The sale's only going on for 30 more days, and then January 1, the price should shoot back up again. But even if you have a trial, one day before January 1, let's say December 31st, you get a 1-month trial, you're still locked into the special holiday pricing, even into January, as long as you buy the 1-month trial before January 1st. It's got to be this month, and as long as it's done in December, you get the special holiday price. And there's no lower price you can get. That's the lowest price of the year, and then next year it goes higher, and the year after that it goes higher. So this will be the lowest possible price you can ever get. Great time to take advantage of it if you're interested in trying Abletrend. If you don't have a license, if you do have a license, well then you could. If you have a 1 year, you can even convert it to a permanent license with the special discounts. 20% off a permanent. It's 15% off off a 1 year license. We only do it one time a year, and it's right now. So good timing on anybody's part. If they're looking to get the software, either upgrade or do a trial, half-price trial right now. YE21 is the code. It's obvious. It's right on the website. And I just want everybody always to pay the the lowest amount, just like I would want to. So huge winning chart here on the Apple chart. The wing ticker report gives all the new buy signals because a lot of people say, wow, how do I get in on this first blue bar? Because there's the obvious buy signal. We're already on a buy signal on the weekly with all the blue arrows. We want to get in over here. Now, this is a no trade zone. You would never, ever enter on a chart, any time frame, when there's red and blue on the chart. Red dots, blue arrows, any red or blue vertically on the chart means stay away. Do not trade. It's too much risk. Let everybody else who doesn't have Abletrend get beat up and get chopped up. It just means the market's going to probably be very choppy and sideways. We don't want no part of that because we can't, nor can anyone else in the world, win when it's choppy. So that's how we avoid about 50% of the chop, meaning we're safe in 50% of the trades, losing trades the rest of the world is getting beat up on. And that's where our big advantage comes in. So just got to do what it says, and I'll be glad to help also any time. Let's jump in and take a look at the E-minis. Everybody loves the E-minis for day trading. That's by far the most favorite chart to trade. This is the E-mini NASDAQ, but if you like a little slower chart, because the NASDAQ can be very quick, and especially for somebody maybe a little newer in trading, E-mini Russell, RTY. RTY, great chart, smooth, accurate, excellent chart. I love the Russell. So if you don't like the NASDAQ, if it's too fast for you, jump on over to RTY. S&P, S&P is a lot choppier than the Russell or the NASDAQ. It's okay, if that's what you like, great, go for it. The software will help you, but it just happens to be a choppier chart in general to trade. And I watch it every day for 15 years, so I think 17 years. So you tend to see which ones tend to be a little smoother and which ones a little more sideways. Because anything sideways is just impossible to win. But another really big winning day again today for intraday traders. I'll point out the trades here as I do every Tuesday and Thursday. There's your obvious buy signal a couple of minutes after the market opened. That's a no trade zone, clearly. Red and blue together on the chart, as I just said before on the other chart, is a no trade zone. No trade. See all these trades? Look at all this chop we're staying out of because there's red and blue on the chart. The dots are the 1 minute. The small arrow is the 2 minute. The big arrow is the 3 minute. Now in Ninja, it's like bigger dots and smaller dots. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. I just use arrows. You can switch it inside of your Abletrend or inside your Ninja. You can make arrows. You can make X's. It's just personal preference. It doesn't matter if it's a dot or an arrow or an X. It's the same thing. It means if it's blue, we're going by the color. Not so much if it's a dot or an arrow. We're going by the colors. The colors are what's most important. This bottom little algorithm, well, let me get to this. We're in over here. We're long at 371. I always suggest double green. Put your stop 2 points below for the NASDAQ, a half a point below for the Russell or the ES. We put it right there. Never hit it. Kept on going higher. Great. There's two more double green. Stop goes 2 points below. We're out right there at 420. We got into 374. That's pretty nice. I mean, that's 48-point winner, the first trade of the day. If you're just a one contract trader at $20 a point, you just made $960. Abletrend just gave $960 for every Abletrend trader, simply doing what it said to do. Keep it simple. Don't start making it more complicated and following the news and this and that. You'll make it worse. You'll do worse. You won't do better. Promise. Now, the oscillator is strictly for 1 minute sweet spots only. Repeat, 1 minute sweet spots only. There are no exceptions. That's the only reason we would even consider using this oscillator on the bottom. 1 minute sweet spots only. There's a sweet spot. The price hits the blue dot. The next blue bar is a sweet spot. That's a valid Abletrend sweet spot. Meaning if it got stopped out, well, there's a place where we would re-enter. However, oscillator below is red. No trade. No trade. Good thing we didn't. It went down. Oscillator saved us some money right there. The combination of the oscillator and Abletrend. Short trade here. This is the best trade of the day. Got to have that big arrow. Need to have that 3 minute. You have to have the 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute agree. If they don't all agree, no trade. No exceptions. There's the big red arrow. Sell signal on the 3 minute. Sell signal on the 2 minute. It's red. Sell signal on the 1 minute. It's red. This bar is green. Okay, well, we'll just wait for the next bar. The next one is red. Now we get in. Doesn't it be vertically right on top of each other? It could come in a minute or two before. That's fine. But as long as you have the first time, you have all reds. So what about over here? No, you don't have the 3 minute, the big arrow. It's got to be all three. If you're looking at it live, this is exactly what you see because these charts don't change. Once the 1 minute bar finishes final. Now the arrow has 3 minutes to decide, and the middle arrow has 2 minutes. Right there, you're going to get in. Why? Because you're below the blue support 3-minute arrow. Even if this is flashing the 3-minute, which again, it has 3 minutes to decide, you take the trade once it comes on the chart. Why? Again, because it's below the blue arrows. I go through this all in the one-on-one trading session. That's why it's very important, and it's just a complete waste of money, quite frankly, if you don't have the one-on-one trading session. And I'll do that for you. I don't have to do it, but I want to. Want to be helpful, just like I would want somebody to help me. When I get something new, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I get that. I would expect everybody not to know. But the webinars, these are helpful for those who got a little bit of knowledge of what's going on. Why you do it? So right there is an obvious triple agreement sell signal. Here's the red. Let me get these others. Here's your big 3-minute, 2-minute, and 1-minute. Gotta look at the arrows and dots. That's what's important. And then it's got to be a red. So the next red bar right here, once this 1-minute bar closes, it will never, ever change again. It's final. It'd be cheating if it didn't. Anybody could tell you what to do after it's over. I mean, duh, I'd never lose in my life if that's the case. So at the open of the next bar, which would be right there, we're going to go short. Stop is just going to go 2 points. Ideally, we'd put the stop at the second, not the first higher row of red dots, the previous higher row of red dots. But that's 40 points away. There's no way you can take a 40 point, put 40 points at risk. Not with Able Trend. We would never suggest that. So we'll just put it 2 points above the top of this first triple agreement price bar. Down it goes. We're staying short. Now, as the dots go lower, second higher row of red dot, not the first one, the previous higher red dot. The stop is here. Yeah, we got short here at 355, 16,355. We got to stop here at 320. We're guaranteed 35 points. At $20 a point, if you're just a one-lot trader, not a multiple lot trader like most clients are, just a one-lot trader, real simple. At 700, everybody's guaranteed who used Able Trend today and did what the software said, obviously. Okay, still going lower. As the dots go lower, keep moving your stop lower. Now the stop is not here. Again, second higher row of red dots. And we're going long, it would be the second lower row of blue dots. Obviously, it's the chart's upside down. It's the complete opposite. Okay, we're looking for double green. Keep moving that stop lower. Double green. Up there's one, there's two. Now we're going to put a stop just 2 points above. So let's call it 192. We got short at 355. We have just now guaranteed ourselves 160 points. That's $3,200 for every one lot you trade. We got clients who tell me they trade 5 and 10 lot. I'm just keeping it simple. One normal standard lot. If you trade micros, you have to trade at least multiple micros to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, it's not worthwhile. Nobody's going to risk thousands of dollars to win a few pennies. That wouldn't make sense. So if you got a few micros, let's just say minimum 3. If you got 5 micros, which means it's only $10 a point, that's super low risk. Just made $1,600 using Able Trend today. That's the second trade. The first trade we made 45 points. So just in the first 2 trades this morning, up a lot of money. I mean, 200 points. It's a little more than that, but I like to lowball. I don't like to exaggerate. I like to do the opposite. I like to downgrade the winners and stretch the losers. Like, wow, most people do the opposite. Well, yeah, they're trying to fool you. I'm just trying to show you how the software sells itself. That's the easy part. I'm just trying to show you how to use it. You take it from there. And then we're stopped out a couple minutes later. So, we're up over 200 points. It's 210, but let's just call it 200. There's slippage, there's commissions. It's 4,000 the first 2 hours of trading today. It's a pretty good start. I don't care who you are, that's a lot of money. Okay, now here we're going to go short again. Obvious triple confirm. No trade zone here. Short right there, obviously. But the dots, there's no second higher row of dots. So you put your stop just a couple points above it. Because again, this is a wall of protection, blocking the price from going higher. But if I put my stop here and the price closes here, because we don't get out, we don't enter the trade until it closes, of course. That's like 50 points of risk. Can't do it. So we're going to put the stop 2 points above the top of the red bar. We're stopped out 2 minutes later. We lost 20 points on that trade. So we're up 200. We gave back 20. Okay, well, let's look for a sweet spot because that's the next place we'd enter. So if we're looking at this live, let me go back here. This is exactly what it looks like on your chart live. Exactly. Right there. Okay, stopped out. Now, of course, you're looking for a sweet spot after you get stopped out. Okay, hits the dot. Next red bar is a sweet spot. Up, there it is. Now, I'm only going to get in if it is red and red. It's got to be red and red to go short for a sweet spot. Blue and blue to go long for a sweet spot. Only, just a sweet spot. The only reason we use the oscillator. Nope, that's a short right there. Well, let's see what happens. Just put the stop 2 points above the top. I'd like to put the stop above the dots. It's like 25 points away. That's a $500 stop. Can't do it. So we're short. Okay, going down. Double green. We don't use the double green unless we're 10 points in profit. Well, we're not anything in profit here. If we get stopped out here, we break about even. So I'm not using double green. I'm going to use the second higher row of small red dots. Again, I go over all of this in the one-on-one trading session. That's why you have to have it. Otherwise, I don't want to see people waste their money. I can't stand wasting money. Okay, there's double green. Stop 2 points. There's double green. Never hit it. Double green. Stop out there. So we're out at 110. We shorted this right here at 155. Picked up another 45 points. Every 45 points is $900. Okay, so we're up 180, 45. We're up 220. 225, 4,500. I mean, it's just been an unbelievable month. Absolutely unbelievable. There's been some losing days, but man, you get a couple of days like today, I mean, it's crazy. And yesterday was great too. What a week it's been. Okay, it's triple confirmation there. Losing trade because we're out on the red right there. We lost about 10 points on that trade. Let's stretch that to 15. Let's make the losses even bigger than they were. Let's be real ultra fair about it. Triple confirmation buy. Obviously, everything is just perfectly lined up. See, red, blue. Okay, now we're in. We go long, double green after we're in profit, and we're stopped out right there. Okay, that worked out nice. Picked up another 30 points. Now we're up 250 points. It's 5,000 per one contract, one standard contract. How about here? Do I get in here? That's a sweet spot. It sure is. But the oscillator says, no, don't do it. However, 2 bars later, the oscillator does say it's okay to get in. So we're actually going to get in here, and we lost 10, 12 points. Let's stretch that to 15 points. Okay, we're up to 50. Now we're up to 235 points for the day. Obviously, a perfect triple confirmation, losing trading right there. That's a loser, so I like to make sure I point those out too, because it's gonna happen. No perfect system in the world. Let's call that a lose-lose. Let's call that 20 there. Then a triple confirmation short. Another winner there, as down it goes. Double green after we were at least 10 points in profit. Stop out there. Triple confirmation. Oscillator agrees. There's double green and a stop out there. Another 10-point winner. And that's the end of the day. No trade zone. And the day's over. Good stuff. Hope this was helpful to point out the trades. If you don't have Able Trend, compare your trading to today. If you did make 250 points, if you had Able Trend and you took Able Trend signals, you would have. So obviously, whatever makes you more money is all we care about. I'm here to help. Got the big sale going on. Be happy to help anytime. Do anything for you. Just so nice to be able to work with such nice, great clients. When are we going to be ready for Windows 11? I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. Maybe it works now for Windows 11. It's the first I'm hearing about that. The new oscillator is already inside of Able Trend. If you click on the indicators right here, and make sure it's on the 1 minute chart, which in my case is the third one down. You just click on oscillator, click add. I changed the green to blue. This way the blue and the blue bars and the blue oscillator match up. And you have to have your settings at 5 and 21. And if you click this little button here, you see 521 oscillator, make where it says grow blue. By default, I believe it's green. If you need any help, just gladly help anytime. Alan was using the scalp trade. I like to keep my trade short, using 2 or 3 contracts at a time, and it's working very well. There is nothing else that can compete with Abletrend. I first discovered it back in '97. Yes, sir. Alan's a longtime client. Most of the time, the NQ and RTY usually trail each other. I got both of them on split screen. Yes, you put them on split screen. If one's real choppy, jump on the other one. But if you don't like a longer trade, a faster moving chart, just go to RTY. Michael Z said he did very well today. Thanks again. Love the classes. You're welcome, Michael. Thanks everyone for being here. Have a good night.